Hey guys, welcome to Skethcast, episode 6. I'm Cryptic Inc., and today we're going to talk about my non-art job. Before I get started, I wanted to say hello to all the members of Zombie Studio. Last week we had a challenge for the members to create art based on a theme and song of their choice. The theme was Desert Wasteland, the challenge being to create a landscape, character, or creature based on a theme, while drawing to a song you could really get into. I'm really happy to have been able to see what our members came up with. Some were even posted on our group's Facebook page. If you want to check them out, the link to the Zombie Studio group page will be in the video description below. Today's sketchbook page was based on our challenge, and can I just say, I am totally almost done with the sketchbook. I've got 10 more pages to go, guys, and we'll be uploading a new sketchbook video when it's all done. It's taken me a lot longer than the last one, mainly because I've gotten back into digital art and have taken up commissions again. I'm slowly getting back into the habit of using digital art because there are a lot of changes coming up in my life that will give me the chance to work towards a freelance lifestyle. Who knows? Lots of things going on. So, because I've been thinking a lot about my current job and what I want to do in the future, I wanted to talk about it. And sorry that I couldn't come up with a more creative title. I'm an art person, but not so very good with words. What I mean when I say I want to hold on to art is that I don't want to be the person that grows older and says I used to draw. I don't want to give up this very big part of who I am and what I love, even though I've been feeling discouraged from moving forward ever since high school. When I graduated, I took a year to live at home and draw, like every day. 12 hours a day, I was selling adoptables, doing custom character designs and commissions. It was awesome. But what I really wanted was to go to art school, which I knew I'd never be able to afford unless I either hit the lottery or took out a lot of loans or something. Because I was so adamant about getting my education, I joined the military. I come from a big military family, and although it wasn't my first choice at the time, I was 18 and willing to do anything I could to achieve my goal. I joined the Air Force when I was 18. My job had nothing to do with art. I knew what I was getting into. As I went through basic training and then tech school, it was almost an entire year later and I'd barely drawn anything. I was terrified that I wouldn't be able to get back into it. It was a very depressing stage in my life. I put all my effort into learning my job. I didn't have the mental capacity or the energy to doodle after studying for tests and exercising 5 days a week and going to yoga class twice a week. Excellence in all you do is a virtue highly encouraged by the military. I still believe in it, and if anything, it was a very good and important decision I've learned through this whole process. I'm proud of my service, but I had to do something to get my drive back. I had to draw again. When I got to my first base, I suddenly had more time to myself. I had my own room and space for actual art supplies, and finally, a stable internet connection. I bought a sketchbook and started to draw more than the pitiful amount I'd drawn in my 6 months of tech school. God, I was terrible. I remember looking back at my old artwork from high school in comparison. It felt like I couldn't come up with anything anymore. I felt like my creativity had fled during my hiatus. I blamed my job, thinking it had drained the artisticness out of me, being so rigid and full of rules. But that wasn't true. I am an airman 24/7. Yes, my first priority is my job. It has to be. But I had to realize within myself that I did have free time. I was watching Netflix after work every day. I was surfing the internet and playing video games. I had free time. And I know I touched on this in my last video, but I feel like I have to say it again. I just wasn't using it in the way that would get me back into drawing. I'd grown used to making excuses and barely pushing myself. I'd grown used to giving up before I even finished a page in my sketchbook. Guys, this isn't about forcing myself to draw again. It's that I wanted to draw again, and I was digging myself into this deep hole by ignoring the very thing I craved to do, because I was too proud to draw through a phase of bad sketches. And I knew what I had to do, and I eventually did it. There's this great book called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg that really made me reevaluate how I was spending my time. And I'm always recommending it to everyone because after reading that book, I rearranged my habits completely. I still watch Netflix. I occasionally still play computer games, But art is more important to me than both those things. So I developed a habit in which I could dedicate the most of my free time to creating art when I wasn't at work. A great person told me to leave home at home and to leave work at work. I have this switch in my mind now that when it comes to doing my job, I will do it. When it comes time to let the stress of the day go so that I can focus on my personal passions, I can do that too. It took practice and a lot of internal observation, but it was possible. I'm going to be moving soon and starting a new kind of life. A civilian life. But if there's one thing my job has taught me, it's that you need to take responsibility of your actions. You need to put your best foot forward in everything you do. No excuse is going to change your situation. I want so many of you that email me and comment on my videos and talk to me to succeed. Many of you ask how to get better at art, but the only real answer I can give you is that you have to practice. The only real answer there ever will be is to practice. If you haven't drawn in a while and worry that you won't get to where you want to be, I want you to do this. I want you to breathe. Know that it's okay, that the time you were worrying about has already passed. It's not important anymore. What's important is what you're going to do next. I want you to prioritize. What is most important to you? What do you want to accomplish? Weigh the importance of the things you give time to. Prioritize your life and write it down if you have to. I want you to make a plan. What are you going to do to move forward? What tools are at your disposal? And no, you can't say none, because chances are if you're watching this video, you are on the internet. And the internet is an amazing tool all on its own. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. So that's it. Breathe, prioritize, make a plan, and then do it. Hold yourself accountable and do your best. Alright, sorry if I got a little too deep in this video, but thanks for watching if you made it to this point. Next week I'll be talking about the tools I use to make these sketches, since I get that question pretty often, and I know you guys are pretty curious. Let me know your thoughts on today's video in the comment. I try to reply to everyone I get, so don't be shy. Like this video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, guys. Have fun sketching.